Hey guys, what's up? Green Sam back with another video, and today we have a 2K24 roster update guide. Now, of course, I've only made 2 of these, and now that the NBA season is officially over, 2K stops updating, and then that's when I step in and I start doing my work and doing a lot of my stuff. So this is going to be my first complete official roster for you guys that's not had really anything to do with 2K. Now, of course, I do still keep 2K overalls and stuff like that, and of course, I do follow, real life as well, so that it does help reflect on my roster. Now, of course, one thing that I want to get out of the way is this is a PS5 roster, but I'm kind of, I haven't done any research, and then, like I've said before, I don't play a whole ton of 2K24. Is there cross rosters and cross files? Because there's a little weird, I'll show you guys, there's a little weird symbol next to some of the rosters and stuff that I think might mean that it is cross-platform. I'm not 100% sure. I never really looked into it. I kind of just bought 2K24 when it was on sale. I think it got down to like $10 or something like that, or something of that nature. So I basically got it for next to nothing. I was happy with 2K23. Like I said, I didn't have plans on updating the roster right away, so there was just no need for me to buy it, right? So let's go ahead and get things underway. Now, of course, this is the draft roster. We are going to have free agency happening tomorrow. Well, you guys are going to be seeing this on the 30th. So, because it is 11:09 right now currently. So, yeah, you'll see this tomorrow on the 30th. So today will be the free agency period. The free agency period starts at 6 p.m. I think Eastern time on the 30th of June. And that is when players are allowed to negotiate with teams. Now, contracts cannot be signed until the 6th of July, so this next Saturday is when I think contracts can be officially signed. So if you do see somebody back out of a deal, that is why they're allowed to back out of deals. They're able to go and negotiate with teams, right? Now, you don't see a whole ton of players back out. It's more like role players just getting a little bit more money. Most superstar players aren't normally going to back out or anything like that. But first and foremost, you guys do want to head to the features tab on your 2K. You do have to be connected to the internet. You do have to be on a current gen console if this is cross, platform in terms of, the community files or the roster picker or whatever you want to call it. Next, you guys are going to head over to user created, and then you guys will want to push triangle on your controller. Search by online ID. Green Machine Sam is the name. That is going to be the name for 2K23. That's going to be the name for 2K24. Any future 2Ks as of right now, as long as, I don't get my account taken away from me for some reason. And this will be the online ID for Madden as well. So, these are all my rosters. Now, no injury is one that you don't need to download. That one does not matter. That one's old. Do not download it. You guys are going to want one of these 3 right here. NBA offseason, NBA 2K24 roster update, or draft and free agency. They are all the same, so it does not matter which one you grab. They're all going to be the same. Now, one thing I do want to get out of the way is, of course, the fact of the matter that is every rookie that I put on the teams are going to be their overalls are going to be based off of when they are picked and not personal preferences. I find that's the easiest way and most fair way to do a lot of stuff, both with Madden and 2K. It leaves out personal bias and kind of, gives respect to GMs. Now, of course, there are some bad GMs that a lot of us disagree with, but that doesn't mean anything, to be fair. So, of course, the Philadelphia 76ers only have 4 current players under contract, and then you will scroll through some of the teams. Now, for some reason, if a player is on the wrong team, does have a wrong jersey number, something of that nature, they're supposed to be a free agent, whatever, go ahead and leave it down below, and I'll more than likely try to get it fixed. Now, of course, until I think it's midnight or so, I think until the 30th, they do all the players and stuff, all the players and team options need to be decided on, as well as qualifying offers need to be made or not extended to individual players. So some players will be still currently on their teams, but I'm trying to work on that as best as possible. Jalen Tyson for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Baylor Shearman here for the Celtics. A lot of this is going to be the same as, of course, NBA 2K23, as I do a lot of the roster work right after one another. So if for some reason I do get something wrong because I was kind of rushing through things, let me know down below. And then, of course, one thing that somebody's going to bring up is, of course, the trade between the Hawks and the Pelicans, sending Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels to, of course, the Atlanta Hawks, and, of course, DeJounte Murray over to the Pelicans. And then, of course, the other thing is second-round rookies. Second-round rookies are going to be on the G League teams. You can scroll over here and find them. Like I said, if you guys want to know overalls, go look down below in the description. Most of the second round rookies, if not all of them, are there. I don't remember if I missed any or not. I'll have to go through later and show you guys. I figured I'd get this video out, and then any small little tweaks that aren't super important to the roster, I can show you guys at a later time. Now, of course, like I said, if somebody has accepted or declined their player option or accepted or declined their qualifying offer at this point, you know, there's nothing I can do if you're seeing this video. I can update it in the roster. You just won't see it in the video, of course, right now. Like I said, overalls are based upon, of course, when our players are picked, not based upon personal bias. Like I said, makes it kind of fair and unbiased as possible. I will say the one thing I don't like about 2K24, especially in the roster creator, is that you can't see their contract years and money. I think that's the one thing that I really, really, really fucking hate. That's like the only thing I truly hate right now, is the fact that you can't see their contracts. That's the one thing that where it pisses me off, because then I got to go into each individual player and check and see if their contracts are correct and so on and so forth. So, if you guys enjoy this roster, or if you guys are here for the 2K23 roster, of course the 2K23 roster is also getting updated. Of course, I put a little bit more time and effort into that one than I do the newer 2K, because a lot of content creators are still putting their time and effort into 2K24, and I think I'm going to get my best interest and most eyes on my product via the old 2K. So 2K23, I'll be going back to that one, getting some of the second round rookies done, as well as getting a bunch of the stuff from today updated as well, so that people will have those ready to go. And then, of course, once free agency starts, I'll be kicking off with that and hopefully getting a video out to you guys tomorrow at some point. Once a lot of the stuff is wrapped up for the night, I'll try to get a video out for you guys, and we can go over a lot of the signings and where a lot of the players are individually going, and so on and so forth. Of course, the Houston Rockets getting AJ Griffin. I still don't understand that trade. And, of course, Reed Shepard. Like I said, if anybody's age, contract, experience, jersey number, so on and so forth, is wrong, let me know, and I'll try to get it fixed as soon as possible, as soon as I hop back on the game. If you guys leave a comment down below, I'll more than likely get to it a little bit faster. Of course, some of these players I do have to find stuff out about, being like, oh, hey, no, this guy is supposed to be 24, not 23. I'll go ahead and update that now then. So if you see something, say something, and I will try to get into the game relatively fast. Relatively fast, I think, is the best way to put it. I'm not going to be able to get it in as soon as humanly possible, so I'm not going to go out of my way to like stop playing a game or something that I'm doing to go get on a roster to update one player. Granted, I will get them done as soon as possible and stuff like that. I think the roster is very good. Of course, if you guys are new here or new to my channel at least, if you do not know, I update 2Ks all the way until they are officially done. So when 2K, 26 comes out, and then that December when they decide to shut off 2K24, that will be the final roster update when it becomes that time. So that'll be all the way in, 2025 in December, and then of course 2K23 has the rest of this year. So 2K23 only has 6 months left. So if you are seeing this in the year of 2025 or later, of course, you cannot get this roster. There's no way for me to get you the roster file or anything of that nature. Now, of course, like I said, it's still a very long time. 6 months is still a long time. A year and a half is still a long time for these rosters. I continue to update them all the way up until, like I said, the servers go offline. And then once the servers are offline and I can no longer get roster files out to you guys, I end up stopping. I normally get the last roster update for each game out about 2 weeks before the servers go down, so that you guys have time to download them if you need to. But still, very good roster. Of course, a lot of teams aren't really playable right now, so if you go hop into my eras, there's going to be a lot of players signed randomly to random teams. So try to wait until at least the off season, the free agency period fully kicks off. Wait maybe a day, 2, 3. I think then most teams should be filled out and ready to go. Now, of course, it will be determined a lot based on a couple of superstars, right? I do have LeBron James back on the Lakers for now. He is expected to sign. Apparently there's a rumor that he's looking to take a $15 million pay cut, and that the fact that they're probably going to be looking to trade either D'Lo or Gabe Vincent to open up even more money to possibly go out and get a Paul George, a Klay Thompson, or even a James Harden. And that is probably one of their main guys they're going after. So I do have LeBron back on the Lakers. Apparently he's kind of agreed to, in principle, to come back to the Lakers. The money side and who they're going to go get is kind of up in the air. there is a rumor that, they'll bring in whoever they can for the most amount of money that they can spend. And then, of course, LeBron will get, his, instead of $54 million, he'll get his like 35 or 39 million, somewhere in that range. So LeBron is already back on the Lakers now. Of course, a lot of these guys will be signing to different teams more than likely. Some of them going back to the same teams. But still, for now, a lot of these guys are going to remain in free agency. And somebody might ask why I got rid of all the players on the G League teams. I just don't like it. Most of them show up as high 70s. I do delete them all, and then I put them over here and then drop their skill sets down. I just don't like fake players being in the game and, fucking up your my eras down the road. Especially when there's 74 overalls that teams can sign, immediately bring up to their roster and be their, second or third or even second center. I just don't enjoy that, so I end up kicking off a lot of the real players. I will probably sign, once free agency is kind of over and stuff, I'll probably come down here and go into, the low 70s area where some of the younger guys are that aren't signed, and I might just start auto-assigning them to some G League teams if you guys want me to do that instead. But for now, nothing else is really going to happen. Just waiting on free agency, of course. Like I said, that should be kicking off about 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, the 30th, or today if you are watching this video. Or if you're watching it a different day, it's probably already happened. Go check out the channel for any of those updates, like I said. If it's past the 30th, I would suggest going and checking out the channel for a newer video. I should have one of those probably coming out. I will probably try to be getting at least one video for each roster so I can show off exactly what I'm doing with each roster once those come out. Because if you did not know, 2K24, you can actually hold one extra player. You can actually hold one extra two-way contract. So it does help out with player management. And somebody might say, why are all the second-round picks on, the G League teams when some of the second-round picks are expected to remain on the normal roster? Just roster sizes and stuff like that in 2K kind of put a hindrance on things. Some teams do go out and sign more than 18 guys and then cut down their roster later when they hit those deadlines and stuff. So the second round rookies are going to remain on the G League team until I know that there are open roster spots on each of the NBA teams, and then I'll slowly move up the best ones or the highest picked ones and so on and so forth. But like I said, if you guys enjoy this content or other content here on my channel, I would appreciate if you guys do stick around and subscribe. I'll be back with more videos like this, more 2K24 roster updates, more 2K23 roster updates, and of course more Madden roster updates. And of course, in just under 16 days, we are going to be playing NCAA Football 25, and then in just under a month and a half, we're going to be playing Madden 25. So stick around for all that content as well. And I'll be back with more videos like this. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.